Alrighty then, so what I am doing today is making stamps out of stuff. This is only my second live I've ever done, so we will forgive any accidents and disasters in the world. So, okay, so today I am doing a homemade stamps, and then using them on my gel plate. So I'm going to show you how to make a couple of different stamps, and then we'll do some gel printing, use the words properly, yeah, just see what comes up. Basically, I did a little bit of a play earlier with some prints and a stamp that I have made previously. You've probably seen this one in some of my videos. It's one of my favorites, and it makes a really good print. I particularly love this one because I really love circles. So, and I also have got ones that are made out of chipboard that I hot glue down, and so I'll show you that one in a second. And then there's also this third one here, which is made out of a little kitty rolling pin and stick-on foam shapes like these. So a couple of different sorts. All right, so first one I will show you how to make is this type of one. So these are stick-on foam shapes. I got these ones in a pack, like yay. I just got that from Aldi here in Australia. I'm sure you can get them from, you know, dollar shops or cheapo shops or whatever you've got nearby. It's definitely the easiest way to do it. You just get yourself a piece of cardboard. This one here is just from some IKEA packaging. Another great way to reuse stuff that sometimes just ends up in landfill. And it's very, very simple. You basically just peel off the little sticky and stick it down. It's that simple. Don't need a degree in engineering to do this one. I also find that having double stickers, like a double foam layer, works better than a single one, because then you don't end up with too much paint on the base. It all just stays on the stickers. Yeah, so easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'll just quickly put some of these on here, and we'll let that sit ready to go. When you're designing your stamps, it's a good idea to think about how you want them to sort of, you know, sit on your print. I like having things that are semi-random but not totally random. There we go. So I think about placement of my stickers. There we go. And keep them, you know, in a nice pattern so that when you're stamping, you can get a little bit of randomness without it being completely over the top random. All right, so that's that one style. All right, now we've got this one here. Oops. That I have stuck these down with hot glue, and I'm just going to do the same with that one, although I think my hot glue, here it is, might take a little bit of time to heat that up. So while we're waiting for that to heat up, put off the side. This one here is a kitty rolling pin. And again, I got that from Aldi, and they come in packs of 2. Very, very simple. And then you just stick the foam shapes onto the rolling pin. Now you can either use, you know, the similar ones that you've used before, or I also sometimes grab these kitty foam art packs. And then just use the bits, so like the stars or the you know, the little fun things that come in the packet. So they come on sheets like so, and then you can use those to create your stamps. So I've done one here with some curly stamps and one here with hearts. So we'll pop those. Let me grab a, and again, I've doubled up the stamp so that it is a little bit more off. Oh, that's the wrong side. Wrong side. We need a different colour. Here we go. Doubled it up so it's a bit thicker. I can get it off. It's the only problem with these little sticker thingies is they sometimes cut them so deep you actually end up with the paper as well as the foamy bit. All right, there we go. Let's pop that in there. And then I also like using lids. This is just a bottle lid for my stamps as well. They are really useful. So let's find another heart on one of these sheets. There we go. There's some. And there we go. The good thing about the ones that have got the sticky already on them is you don't have to worry about glue. You don't have to, you know, think about how you're going to actually stick those on there because it's already got the sticky on there. So it's really easy. And then you just use it, stamp, 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 stamp. So lids are a fantastic option as well. And again, keeps them out of landfill, which we all love. All right, so we got some glue now. Yep, almost. All right, so with the hot glue, you basically, these are little chipboard shapes. You can get those in heaps of different designs. So I'm just using numbers there. You can get ones that are like little flowers. You get these again from craft stores, little chipboard shapes. And they're, I've got some letters there as well. So you can make any design you like out of those. They're really useful in that respect. And you just pop a few globs of glue on there. And then stick it down. So this particular one I've made in a bit of a semi-hodgepodge design, but with a bit of design principle involved with everything being nice and straight and not all kind of higgledy-piggledy. And then I can trim that off. Let me just unplug this. So doing it out with hot glue everywhere. Okay, so then you can just trim this off, make it a little easier to handle. And with the, this is just again, piece of packaging from an IKEA, and it's super easy to cut. So I've just got a metal ruler here and a Stanley knife. There we go. And then you can use that for another one. So I've got, how many stamps have I got here now? I've got 1, 2, 3. So there's 4 stamps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 stamps that I've made there quickly. Should we do another one? Let's have a think. Now let's get stuck into the printing. All right, I'm looking forward to trying this one because this looks like fun. This one obviously is very similar to the one that I already had. This one should be fun. I've done some chipboard stamps in the past, and sometimes they work really well, sometimes they don't. This one should work well. Okay, the foam definitely works better than the chipboard, but chipboard has more options at times. All right, so let me grab my... Oops. It's my printing board. And this is my gel plate. I've already got a print on there that I put on there before when I was trying out my butterfly to see if it would work, and it did, which was fantastic. So in my gel print setup, I have got on this side here just some plain paper to do the printing on. In the middle, I have my gel plate. Obviously, it's an 8x10 gel plate, and then here I have a small 5x7 gel plate where I'm doing some color mixing and rolling my paint on. Tends to make less marks and undesirable messes on my gel plate. Off to the side here, which I don't think you can see, is a roll off pad of paper, and then I just roll off my brayer with that. I've got a couple of different brayers here. I've got a larger one and a slightly smaller one, depending on how excited I am about everything. Now, paint that I'm using today, I've got a blue and a yellow colorway, which will give us all the nice colors from blue through to yellow with green, teal, all the fun stuff. I've got a Prussian blue here, which makes a really nice darker blue. And I've got some gold, which we all love, a little bit of sparkly gold. All right, so I'll show you the one. This is this particular stamp that I used, and I basically rolled it down like so. Let's have a look and see how it worked. Oops, it's catching the paper. There we go. That looks so cool. Oops, paper stuck on there a little bit. That worked so well. So you can see a little bit here, it caught on the base, and I've added a couple of extra spots on there where the colour was coming through, not the stamps. So we'll try that one again, because seeing as we're already working with it, I think that's so cute. I love it. Okay, what should we do? Let's do some blue. No, I'm going to do, yes, I'm going to do, indecision. All right, blue. All right, so when I am rolling my gel plate, you roll down, pick up, roll down, pick up, roll down, pick up. That way you get a good coverage of your paint on the gel plate, rather than going back and forth, because all that does is just squish the paint around. It doesn't actually roll the paint. Oops, I've got a piece of paper there. Get rid of that. Okay. So if anyone's watching live, I'd love to know where you're watching from, because as I said, this is the first, well, actually it's the second time I've done a live one. The first one, I didn't actually tell anyone I was doing it, so I don't know if anyone knew that it was there and therefore could come and join me. This time I did actually let people know, although I was a bit late, so they may have got bored. So if you're watching from overseas, obviously I'm in Australia. If you're watching from America or from the UK or something like that, I'd love to know that you're here. So say hello. All right, so with my, I'd say all right, so an awful lot, don't I? I need to change that. So with these rolling pin ones, basically you just roll it down like you're rolling a rolling dough. Oops. Oops, and it's a bit slippery. Oh dear, that didn't work very well. Let's just get rid of some of that. Try that again. See, you can erase your mistakes and start again. All right, let's try that again. All right, so you roll it down with it very, oh, I know why that's doing that, because I've got some bits that are higher than the other, so it's catching. Yeah, I have to fix that. Okay, I am going to get rid of that and start again. And if this doesn't work the third time, well, go on to something completely different. So I accidentally put a couple of them as doubles instead of singles, so we'll get rid of those. See, you can actually even, pull them off and start again, so you can reuse your rolling pins over and over again. All right, let me find some stickers here. All right, I'm going to put these little jelly bean stickers on here. Jelly bean stickers. I think they're supposed to be, I don't know what they are, but they look like jelly beans to me, so jelly beans it is. One in there. And one more. Where shall I put this one? Let's put it there. All right, let's see how that worked. Okay. Yeah, that way, that's much better. It's not slipping on the paint anymore. There we go. So I've offset my design. So we've got that's called offset. And yeah, it looks really cute. I'm happy with that. All right, so I might do just a straight print on that one first. And then I might do a ghost print with another layer. Very cute. See? Now I've got some very cute butterflies. Oh, very happy with that. Very cute. All right, so I've got some paint left over, which is called my ghost print. We will try out some other things. Let's try our hearts and see how they happen. All right, so on my side one here, I'm going to mix out a little bit of gold and then stamp some gold hearts. Rubbing off my, there we go. All right, so let's make some gold hearts. Ah, so cute. Obviously, you can make any kind of stamps you like. And the good thing about this, and I'm just twisting it slightly so that they're not looking all exactly the same all the time. Making your own stamps means that you have complete control over exactly what you're putting onto your gel plate or onto your, you know, whatever it is you're making. You don't have to use commercial stuff so it doesn't look the same as everybody else's. All right, we'll dry that off a little bit. We've got a hairdryer here. When you're using hairdryers and gel plates, just make sure you don't use it too hot, otherwise it can melt your gel plate and you don't want that. So we'll just, anyone doesn't like loud noises, Chloe, block your ears now. That'll do. All right, so let's put some color over the top of that. I'm going to mix up a little bit of green, some yellow, and then some of the Prussian blue again. And it's also going to mix in with some of that gold there that is still on there. Okay, let's grab my and we'll mix that up a little bit. There we go. And it's making a nice kind of dark tealy green, which is nice. All right. Anybody else hate that sound? The squealy sound of your gel, of your brayer. Not a fan. I had that thing, I can't remember, it's called Misphonia or something like that. There's certain sounds just send my teeth on edge. Like listening to people eat. Oh, that is just so wrong. Okay, here we go. Pop that down. Squish it down. I want to get one of those Japanese squishers. I don't know what it's called. If anyone knows what it's called, let me know. Basically, it's a round thing. It's got a little handle on it and you use to squish it down. I'm sure it's got a proper name. I just call it a squisher. Okay. There we go. Let's have a look and see how that one looks. Yeah. Oh, it sort of worked. I can definitely see, oh, you can see it better in real life than probably you can on the camera because the little hearts are a bit shiny. So that's kind of cute. I like that. That's cute. And we've still got some of the blue that's come out from the original print. So it's made a very interesting texturized kind of shiny, interesting print. Yeah, okay, that one's all right. Okay, now we're starting. Let's try our numbers here. Now I've got a few bits of random glue on there. I'll try and pull that off, otherwise they're going to make marks. So because I've not used this before, I have no idea how it's going to turn out. So that's fun, isn't it? All right, let's have a look. Use that paint on there. So I'm stamping on my rolling plate, getting some paint on there. Let's get that. Pushing it down with reasonable pressure. Yeah, that didn't work. Let's try. Oh, that one needs to go back on again. Well, I'm not going to do that now because it's gonna. But that looks cool. Look at that. What I do need though is a little bit of extra paint. So we'll just mix some extra paint here. Well, I'm kind of happy with that. So obviously that 3 was the first one I put on, and the glue was not terribly melted yet. So that just proves that I have to be less impatient. Wait for the glue to actually melt and act as glue. There we go. I'm just rolling off my brayer on my side paper over here. And I use these particular roll-off papers for my collages as well. All right, so now that we're missing the 3, we'll have to do something about that. I'll have to do that one separately. So cute. Now I'm turning it around so that they are in different spots so it doesn't become too repetitive. Very cute. Look how cute that is. Alright, what I will do is grab my little 3 and see if I can print it just by hand. Yeah, that worked. Very, very cute. Like that a lot. All right, and we'll dry that one a little bit with my hairdryer. That will do. All right, what color should we put over the top? Let's change it up a little bit. All right, so I'm going to go with this fluorescent blue-green. Actually, no, that's probably not going to show up the colours enough. I will go with off-white. That's better. All right. Just popping it in the gaps. So if it makes any weird patterns, it won't be so obvious. All right, and then there we go. So we want a nice thin layer to be able to pick up that paint, but not so thick that all it does is pick up the white, and not so thin that it doesn't actually work. All right, let's pop that on here. So after this one, I'm going to try my little swirly one and see how that one worked. And then I think we'll probably be done for the day. Okay. Just rolling off my brayer on the side here. All right. Check the little corner. Yep, that's finished. Okay. Oh, that looks so good. I'm really pleased at how that one worked out. That's so cute. Wasn't awesome? That's awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Alrighty then. So let's play with our swirlies. I'll use the paint that's already on there. Too cute. And again, I am moving everything, turning it around 90 degrees so that it doesn't come out too samey. That is so cute. I love this one. See, this one could be almost a wallpaper. I'm running out of paint on the side here. And I need to put a little bit more paint on here. I'll mix it up a bit. There we go. All right, let's give that a little bit of a dry. Let's stick some over here, why not? There we go. All right, we'll give that a dry. And we will pop on, what should we put on? What should we put on? What should we put on? Let's put the off-white again. I'm going to do that over here actually, mix it up so it's not just white, it is got some of the base layers on it as well. Mixes in a little bit of that green, just a smidge. There we go. All right. Nice coordinating colour because it uses some of the base, the printed colour on there as well. So it should go together really nicely. Alrighty then. Let's pop on my paper. So the other good thing about stamps is you don't just have to use them for jelly prints. You can use them just straight as regular printing. So let me grab some paper I've got here. You can, where are my stamps? All right, let's try this one. Print it straight onto paper. You don't have to go through the process of the gel print if you don't want to. That looks really cool. I can do, let's grab another piece. So these are old book pages that I've just popped a bit of coffee on to make them look a bit grungier. Let's try this one here. That was cool. That was so fun. And then obviously you can layer them as well. So where is, there we go, it's just a circle that I've got as an old one. Yeah, very cool. I love that. All right, let's see how this is going. Yep, okay. Oh, that looks so good. I really love that one. That looks wicked. I'm definitely going to use that stamp again because that is really, really cool. Awesome. So let's have a look and see what we've got. That one there's with the golden hearts. Got our little butterflies. It's a bit cute. A couple of other ones that I did earlier. There's some circles with some gold. What else have we got? There's that one there with the circles again. And then we've got the ones where I just printed straight onto the paper. So you can see that making your own stamps is really is a really good way of making things more personal and less kind of the same as everybody else's. And it's really easy. It uses up stuff that you'd normally just throw away. And great way to have a bit of fun and play with your supplies. Awesome. Let me know which of the prints you like best, and hopefully, cross fingers, I'll be back again in about a fortnight's time, or possibly even next week. Keep an eye on the community tab, I think it's called, and make sure you like and follow so you don't miss the next time I come out live. And thanks so much. See you later.